You'll be able to see who in your team is winning, who's losing, very much like a Ryder Cup-style, and that's what we've based this whole weekend around.
You will be pleased to note, Nish, that the par threes are extremely strong. So it sounds like there's a really good set of par threes. I think 4 par threes.
There's nothing finer than being on a beautiful links championship course at Golden Hour. Episode 68, the Burnham and Berrow Golf Club preview. So I'm going to take you all back in time to 1890. There's a little golf club in Somerset who hired a teenager to be their greenkeeper and professional. He was just 19, he was an orphan, and he'd been a caddy since he was 11 years old, back when there were no child labour laws. His name was J.H. Taylor. Now, people in golf will know that name very well. People not so familiar might not know, but within 4 years after he'd become the greenkeeper and professional, he'd won the Open. He'd actually go on to win the Open a total of 5 times. He went on to captain the Ryder Cup team, winning it in 1933, and he became one of the 3 most important golfers in history, alongside Harry Varden, who's a mate of the podcast, and James Braid, who is a mate of the podcast because he designed half the fucking courses we're playing on. And all of that story started at Burnham and Berrow.
Wow, there's a Netflix film in there somewhere, Nish, isn't there?
I think there is, yeah. What we're going to call it? Something at Burnham, I don't know, whatever. Burnham and Wheat, I don't know. Now, before we carry on with the actual content of the episode, can I ask you, wherever you're listening or watching, please drop us a like or subscribe. The big numbers really help us to get better access with golf clubs. We can bring stories like J.H. Taylor's to life. And it also means that our promise to you is that we will reinvest that into getting better content for you, more interesting stuff. Even more interesting than the episode we've got planned today. A small percentage will go towards new golf shoes.
Like
however,
I think,
yes.
Is that right?
Please. 98's that's a bit large. 97.9. There we go. We'll go with that. Does that get rounded up to 100 though, doesn't it? But anyway, and just before we do get into our episode, can I just give a little plug to our trip in Ireland? Now, if you don't know, we're playing in Ireland in October. We have 5 courses lined up, one of which is Portmarnock, which is ranked 15 on our list and is actually sold out for 2026. But Irish Fairways have been very kind. They pulled a few strings. They've managed to get us in. It's a group of 16 of us, 2 of which are me and Chris. And we have 14 slots available to you, our listeners. We've already had some bookings, which is wonderful. So let's get this trip full. If you want to join us, listen to this episode so you got a bit of an idea of what it's like to play golf with us. We love the golf. We love the courses. We love all of that kind of stuff. But for us, it's about having fun and enjoying that round as well. And that involves very much a group of people who get on, have fun, have a bit of a laugh. So wherever you're from, you could be an international visitor, no problem at all. We welcome everybody with open arms. So we'll have all of our links in the description. Please give it a check and find out the itinerary. But in the meantime, have a listen to this wonderful episode and get a flavour for the kind of thing that's going to happen in Ireland when even we're completely let off the reins. So, yes, please give it a look. Burnham and Berrow, we are playing as part of a unbelievable double-header weekend for our Top 110 Society. Now, I'm going to give you a really shameless plug here. If you are listening and you think any of this content is fun and we feel like half-decent fun blokes to be around, we are. We might not seem it on this show. We are. You can come and play with us. We do these society events. We pick top 100 courses. We get in touch with them. We book events, and it's totally free to join. There's just a little WhatsApp group. We're all on there. You can decide which one you want to come to. And this is an event I've organised with friend of the podcast, Harbs from Harbs 7 Golf. So you should all be familiar with him. Hi, mate. And we are doing a double 2 teams. It's my team from up north, top 110 team, playing Harbs 7 Golf's team. I've had to lend you 2 players, but that'll only come out if you guys win, because then I'll claim the moral victory. But if not, then I'll just keep that under the carpet. It's fine.
Yeah.
If you lose, then you can always say that I sent 2 ringers over.
Yeah, well, you have given us
Sabotaged you.
ends, so I'm definitely onto a loser there.
Yeah, but we've organised this weekend. We're playing 2 golf courses. We're playing Burnham, which is our top 100, and that's what we're focusing on today. And we're playing a golf course called Isle of Wedmore. Must thank them. The next day, and Harbs is going to give us a bit more information about the format of the event. But it's the first time we've done 2 courses back to back. It's actually only our second event. We did Hollingwell together, and we all played that together. And we've got 20 people going. So we are mega excited about it all. The group WhatsApp's going off now, and it's what we're within like 3 weeks of going, aren't we? Something
it's
like
getting
that.
close.
Almost, was it exactly 3 weeks, isn't it?
Is it? There we go.
We'll be playing 3 weeks
Yeah,
tomorrow.
3 weeks tomorrow. It is.
Amazing. Well, that is the shameless plug for our society. It is, I hope, anyway, fun. We've actually got some people coming that I don't actually know, and they sort of just wider contact. So it's definitely a thing that's working, and it's out there, and people want to get involved. So please do. You can sign up. You can go to our website, top110.co.uk, and you can search for, I think it's within the golf stuff drop down or something like that, and you can just sign up. It's as simple as sending us an email with your handicap, and that's it.
There's no handicap limit, but you need to be able to drink at least 10 pints post round. It's the only entry requirements.
I think that is a stipulation, isn't it? Really, so. You are required. The requirement from you is that you have to be a fun participant on the event.
I won't bother coming then. I'll stay at home.
Oh dear. Well, actually, to give you a little flavour of what is happening on the group, well, let's let you in on the inner sanctum. So we've got 20 people. People don't know each other, all that kind of thing. So we've had people obviously signing up as friends in pairs and whatever. So we've been getting each other to send on the down low, send little profiles about their mate in a piss takey way, really, so we can get to know the people that are there and get a picture and all that kind of thing. So I've been sending out some player profiles, and I feel like as a public service, I should read out what Chris said about me and what I said about Chris. I feel like it's worth bringing up just to give you a flavour of how terrible our sense of humour is. So I'll read out what Chris said. So, bearing in mind we are, supposed to be partners, whatever, but his backswing is so far across the line that even Frankie Boyle said, "Mate, that's gone too far." He'll spend more time photographing the course than actually playing it, and owns more golf shoes than he has birdies.
I mean, most of that's not really just a piss take. It's just a statement of fact.
Can't really argue with any of that. Yeah, you just stipulated facts. It's supposed to be funny, Chris.
Sorry.
No, then I was like, right, well, I'm going to go to town on Chris because I took umbrage to the shoe comment, even though it is completely correct. So I said, Chris is the second half of the Top 110 podcast, the runt of the litter. And despite presenting no evidence over the 19 top 100 courses we've played to corroborate his claim that he was once a good golfer, our Chris is nevertheless a good golfer. He's so good, in fact, he's never 3-putted in his entire golfing career. He's also never 1 or 2-putted. His handicap of 10.7 should strike literally no fear in you. But, and here's the compliment, I'm afraid, had to do something nice. Expect him to somehow clean up every nearest to the pin prize, which I do.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
clearly a few inconsistencies in that narrative niche, but I'll leave that for the listeners to unpick.
Is the handicap 11.1 now? Is that what it is? I think I got that wrong.
The nearest to pin bit, though, that's not wrong. That's annoyingly right.
Oh, that is annoyingly right. Yeah. Basically, my brain these days won't focus for long enough to do anything more than one shot on a par 3. Beyond that, yeah, you're not getting me to
whatever gives you motivation.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
I mean, listen, you've got this challenge, Chris, and we've been talking about it to get a hole in one on a top 100.
You know what, though, Nish? Since you gave me that challenge, I've been very close on 2 occasions to getting a hole in one. So I think it's obviously working. Whatever the initiative you gave,
focuses your mind, mate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get there.
I feel like that's a good life lesson, that, isn't it?
What?
Focus your mind on something.
Maybe.
And you can manifest it, and it will, build it, and they will come, and all that kind of thing. So look, Burnham and Berrow is ranked 62 on our list of courses. We have just recently played Hollingwell. The Hollingwell review will have gone out by the time this podcast episode goes out, and that was 51 in our rankings. And that was a magnificent golf course. So 62, same ballpark. You're expecting something similar sort of standard. To give you an idea of how much a round costs there, they've got a shoulder rate of £150. So that'll be March and October. They've got a summer rate of £225, and they've got a winter rate of £95, which it will be sort of linksy. I imagine, well, it is a very good course, and I imagine they have really good drainage, all that kind of thing. 95 seems like a bit of a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what else we're paying everywhere else, that's pretty reasonable, to be fair, isn't it? For a round.
Really reasonable. That summer rate is what we've been paying shoulder rates some places. So, yeah, I think we are very hyped for this course, but I'm going to bring in Harbs because I've monopolised all the talking time at the minute. So Harbs is our, like, what do we call him? We'll call him the ringmaster. He's setting the tone for the competition element of the day. Now, you know, I'm not massively competitive, but I do enjoy winning, and I like some of the stuff that Harbs has sent me. So I'm going to hand over to you, Harbs. You tell us how you're going to make a weekend that involves golf, 20 lads, a load of drinking, and getting to know each other and all that kind of thing. And then you're going to make it even better with this comp.
Yes, so we're going to start off on the Friday. We're going to rock up to Burnham and Berrow. We are teeing off around 2:30, so we've got an afternoon slot, which also brought our rate down. They gave us a fantastic rate for the Society Day as well. We're going to start off, it's 10-man versus 10-man, and you're going to be paired against an opposition player, and it's going to be match play based on your handicap. So based on
so that's one-on-one, is
that? Are we going
to
be playing someone against someone in that pair? So is it going to be a live match play situation?
Correct. Yeah, it's going to be a live match. So another reason why I love the app that you use, which is Squabbit, yes. So with that app, you'll be able to see who's scoring what, and I think we can even set up a match play system as well based on handicaps. So you'll be able to see who in your team is winning, who's losing, very much like a Ryder Cup-style, and that's what we've based this whole weekend around, which was just pure vibes and fun. So day one's going to be match play. There's going to be 2 nearest to pins, which I've already picked the holes. There's going to be a nearest to pin in 2, which
on a
after doing
3.
a bit of reading, definitely not on a par 3. You'd be banned from that one if it was. There's going to be nearest to pin in 2, which from what I read looks like there's a hole that goes into a bowl and you can't see until you get down by the green how close you've got, or if you've got close at all.
Amazing.
So that's going to be really cool. And then we've got longest drive. At the end of that day, there's also maybe Nish, maybe, let's see. And at the end of that round for everybody, there's also going to be a prize for whoever scored the lowest. So we'll only say to anybody, if you hit a 9, pick your ball up and walk off, just for the sake of speed of play. And then maybe a few people hitting 9s on the day. If the wind is anything like it was yesterday when I took my boy down there, 40 mile an hour winds, links course, it's not going to be easy. It is a stunning course. I can't wait to play it with you guys. But that is what day one looks like from a golf perspective. Then we'll have a couple of drinks. And then Rory, my brother-in-law, who owns the Fox and Goose in Brent Knoll, it's a pub, restaurant and hotel, has offered to put us up for the entire weekend. So we're going to go back there, drinks, food, and we'll do presentation of day one, which will be rewarding everybody with the prizes and maybe a couple of drinks. And then
who knows? 20 lads looking to put together.
Yeah. I mean, also 20 like middle-aged guys let off the leash. Yeah. So I think it's going to be carnage. But I think we also decided we needed to do a mid a midpoint presentation, because I think we might forget everything the next day.
And like, as it's a 2-day event as well, and we've got so many guys going, we've spent a lot of time, you and I, talking about prizes, rewards, and making sure this is a memorable occasion for everybody. And it's a lot of prizes, really. It's 5 prizes on day 1, 7 prizes on day 2, and an overall prizes for 10 guys at the end of it as well. So I think we're about to sort out like 21, 22. And we wanted them to be good prizes as well. We won't give anything away, but we're pretty sure everyone's going to walk away pretty happy. And I've done a bit of a plug-in on my socials to see if I can get some sponsorship. And local artist, she's come forward and said, I'd love to donate a piece of art to you guys, which is going to be a hell of a prize for somebody to receive that. Yes. I can't wait. Burnham and Berrow have offered us a little prize as well. And I've also in talks with the pro at Isle of Wedmore to see if we can sort anything out with them as well. So yeah, really chuffed. And then there's another company that have contacted us who I won't say the name yet because nothing's agreed, but it's fantastic. It's just so good to get stuff like this together and it working. So
it is amazing that you sort of think that, well, it's 20 of us lads, all that kind of thing. But it is amazing how much individuals, companies, whatever, will get into that, because I think they do appreciate that there are going to be 20 of us all making noise on social media and talking about it. But we're doing a podcast about it. It never ceases to amaze me that people will get involved in stuff like this.
Yeah, well, it's the modern way of reach these days, isn't it? Like, social media has dominated everything these days now. So it's the way for people to get their businesses out there. And if just one person likes the art that we kind of will showcase as a prize for day 1 or day 2, whichever we decide, and likes it and then contacts her and buys something, then fantastic. You'd be over the moon with that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
So day 2, we're going to be teeing off a bit earlier, around lunchtime, maybe a bit earlier. I can't quite remember the time. Day 2 structure is going to be a 2-man scramble. It's probably my favorite.
I've never done before. I'm really looking forward to this because I've never done it before.
It's probably my favorite structure of any golf competition. So
explain what that is.
You'll be paired up with somebody from your team. So actually, at the end of day 1, Nish, you and I will have to sit down for a bit, having seen the way everyone's played and scored on day 1. And we'll have to be quite tactical with who we pair up, because if you've got 2 really high handicappers together, you might find it a problem. And I'll explain why, because I'll just talk through the details. But you're going to pair 2 players together. Their handicaps are going to be broken down like this. We're going to take 25% of whoever's got the lower handicap. We're going to take 15% of whoever's got the higher handicap. And that's going to form their handicap for the day. So there's going to be very little advantage based on handicaps. Again, it's going to be match play. So they'll be paired up against 2 of us from the other team. And we'll go throughout the day match play. Now, the structure of it will be, there's 18 holes, 4 of them are par 3s. So both players from your team have to tee off on 2 par 3s. So their tee shots have to be played on 2 par 3s each.
Right.
And I should probably point out the structure of Scramble is you'll tee off, both of you. Whichever ball you pick, that's the one you put down as we use that ball. So let's say you and Chris are playing together. You both tee off. Chris has hit 50 yards past you. You go, right, we'll take that one. You go get your ball. You drop by Chris's. You both play the next shot from there.
Right.
You then pick the best shot again and play from there. But it's the tee shots that count towards accumulation. So if Chris takes the first 6 tee shots, by the end of the round, you've both got to have had at least 6 tee shots each on the par 4s and 5s, and at least 2 tee shots each on the par 3s.
Yeah, so that only leaves 2
holes at the end, where if you've done it well and you've kind of bounced off each other and played really well off the tee, either one of you can play the next 2 holes, or one of you can play both of them off the tee if you wanted. But there might be an occasion where somebody's used all of their tee shots early doors, and the player not teeing off so well is probably going to be forced to use their tee shots regardless of where it lands for the last few holes. So it's really strategic, great fun. And if you and your partner are both playing well, you can shoot such a low score. And that's also going to form one of the prizes for the day. So we're going to do the team with the most birdies or better will win a prize. There'll be 2 nearest to pins for individuals as well. So even if you've only got to play your tee shot left on the last par 3 and it's a nearest to pin, both of you still play your tee shots regardless of who's you've got to take. So
Amazing.
2 nearest to pins, a nearest to pin in 2, a longest drive, winning pair. So whoever has the lowest score and whichever pair gets the most birdies or better will also win a prize. So loads of prizes up for grabs on day 2. And again, it's match play. So it'll be 1 point for the winning team goes towards your overall total. So there's 5 points up for grabs on day 2. There's 10 points up for grabs on day 1. But just to throw a little bit of a twist into all of that as well, as captains, you and I, we get to nominate one person from our teams on day 1 as our joker. Now, if that person wins, they get a bonus point. But if that person loses, they get minus 1 point for the day.
Oh, I
And we'll
like
do
it.
the same again for day 2.
I'll
So-
make a decision already. I think I've made a
You're just
decision
gonna
already.
choose
I know
yourself.
who I'm picking. Yeah.
So it's taking the pressure off you guys. But we'll do the same for day 2 as well. So you'll pick a
It's-
pair and you'll put a joker against them. So if they lose, it'll be minus 1 for the day. And if they
It's
win,
what every good
You get to
captain
see the
should do,
pairings before
you
you
know.
pick the joker, or do you have to pick the joker before you see the pairings?
No, so me and Nish will sit down together, and what we'll try and do is make it fun matches for
Yeah,
everybody and put pairings out, and we'll structure it that
Yeah.
way. And then once we know who's going out where, it'll be up to the pair of us to pick
Cool.
our joker pairing. What I was thinking was we don't let them know they're the joker until after the event, or it might be more fun to put the pressure on and give them the
You've got to put the
joker.
pressure on.
that's-
I think you've got to put the pressure on.
Got to put the pressure on.
I think
Yeah.
that makes that match so
Yeah.
much more exciting.
Yeah.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
So,
Everyone's
like,
watching it then,
Yeah.
aren't they?
But I think, try to make it a little bit Ryder Cup style with the match play, and it's just going to be great fun. And especially standing around the first tee, watching the first group tee off, like it's going to be such a buzz. But it's going to be quite serious on day 1. You're doing match play against one-on-one, so you're accountable for your own shots. But day 2 in the scramble, a scramble is just so much
Yeah.
fun, and you can
Fucking love a
Hungover.
scramble.
yeah,
I do love
hungover.
a scramble.
But you can score really well, or if you're both playing terrible, you'll be scratching your heads going, how is this possible? Like, one of us just has to hit a good shot.
I feel like I need to be in with somebody who's done a scramble before because I'm just so used to just like go and do your own thing and that's it, and it all works itself out.
Scramble is
at the end.
brilliant
Like,
because it basically just takes the pressure off to an extent
Yeah.
most of the time. So
Yeah.
actually,
And
you
also,
score some amazing
you might
scores.
have a player that's not good off the tee. So if you've got a player that's incredible off the tee and one that's not so good, you've got to work out, do I pair them up and make sure that that person's kind of covered with a good player? Or
yeah.
do you sacrifice them like a sacrificial lamb and just say, I'm going to put you with an equally short hitter, knowing you two are going to struggle, and then put some bombers out together? Like, there's a lot to think about as a captain.
I like that you've got, you could go to a lot of charity days, can't you? And what have you got? You've got a nearest to the pin, you got a longest drive. There'll be like somewhere where you can pay for a mulligan or have a breakfast, but whatever. And then that's kind of it. There'll be a Stableford competition and that's it. Whereas I feel like there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
That's
It's
gonna
brilliant.
keep
Like,
you
I just think match play
entertained.
is just by far and away the best format in golf. Like, I just love match play. I mean, it just makes it so much more interesting as a round of golf.
I agree.
Well, I think
'Cause you
also
can
it
sort
gives
of
you that
see
chance
three
for that.
behind, and you're counting the holes down, or you're 3
Yeah.
ahead, and you're thinking we just got to get one more hole and
Exactly.
we're there. And you can start to put pressure on yourself by doing that, can't you? Rather than getting to the end of a round and going, I shot 28, I shot 32 points.
Yeah, I think it gives you a chance to kind of have a little bit of friendly ribbing and things like that. It's like,
Also,
That's what we want on day 2 as well.
3 up, there's 4 to go. Like, are you
Yeah.
going to walk away with it, or do you think this is the start of the comeback, or the bottle's gone? That kind of thing. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'd love to see that on day 2. Like, I will encourage that to everybody when we announce what the rules are and what we're expecting. Like, just go out and have the best fucking day ever, and leave that golf course going, I can't wait to do this again sometime. That's basically what we want to get out of this weekend.
Yeah, nice.
Brilliant. That's so good. I mean, you've painted a wonderful picture there, Harbs. I won't remember any of it, and certainly after...
Yeah, everyone's going to need like a rule
half-
sheet, aren't they, before they go out?
Well, certainly after my halfway hut, I'm gonna have a boozy drink at the halfway.
It's definitely going to be
hut,
that kind of weekend, I think, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah. Look, ultimately, it's not. The whole thing isn't supposed to be serious. It's just go out and have a good time. And the whole idea of what we're trying to do is like we're bundling in a round at a top 100 course, which is the serious bit of it. But look, that can still be part of something fun. And even though we didn't do all of this at Hollingwell because it wasn't that kind of, there's 7 of us there, but we tried to have that little bit of nice, friendly, competitive element that wasn't serious. And we all went in the minibus then, so we was trying to do something in these trips that is just gonna hopefully elevate it from something else. Now we will, again, I'm going to do another shameless plug because hey, look, it's our show. So the shameless plug for the society is we managed to put this together through contacts and whatever. We managed to put this together for an incredible price. The 2 rounds, 2 nights of accommodation, 2 lots of breakfast in the morning, all that kind of thing, all your prizes, your contribution to all of that. And it was just a smidge over £300 for everybody, which is mind-blowingly a bargain. And it's so funny when you start putting this sort of stuff together. Again, you're used to paying 40, 50 quid for a round, whatever, and you put these things together, and we priced it up. I remember, Harves, we had the conversation. We were like, right, well, what's it coming to? And I think initially I was like, oh, no, it's looking a bit, can we save anywhere? What can we do? And as soon as it went out there, it was like, boom, 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 yes. And everybody you've spoken to is like, what a brilliant bargain that is for a full weekend away.
Yeah. I think we talked about it so much, we were starting to almost not see it as a bargain. We were like, oh, is everyone going to get enough out this weekend for it to cost so much? And then you're right, as soon as we kind of put it out there, everyone was like, fucking hell, we're going to get all of that for that money.
Yeah.
And I guess it's easy to overlook the current climate and cost of things in general. Everything costs a bloody fortune now. So that almost feels like a steal when you're somebody that loves golf, a weekend away, all balled up into a fun package, overnight stay somewhere, 2 nights as well, 2 nights bed and breakfast.
Yeah. It's pretty good going.
And I'm gonna say it. Look, we're no one's gonna say this to us because certainly on the weekend, if they're gonna have the best weekend of their lives, they still wouldn't say well done, guys. But we have our main objective has been, yes, obviously we want to play that course, of course, but the main objective has been everyone's going to have a good time, feel involved, feel part of it, feel part of a team. That's the whole point of doing this team element thing and just a bit of camaraderie. And look, it's just going to give everyone something to talk about later and hopefully bring more people, because it'd be great next time we had 40 people playing. It'd be brilliant. How good would that be? So yeah, we're mega, mega, mega excited about it. Now that's the competition bit. That's the weekend. We ought to talk about the course, Chris, because ultimately we still have to sit there and give our little review of the course and what we thought of it and where it fits in. So what have you spotted?
What have I spotted? So Burnham and Berrow is one of those ones that I have no preconceptions of. Didn't really know it existed until we kind of looked at this top 100 list.
Same here.
So yeah, not one that's kind of like a hugely high profile one. Obviously being in Somerset probably adds to that because it's just a little bit out of the way, isn't it, compared to most of the other sort of top 100s, mostly Scotland, sort of northwest of England.
Yeah, nothing really around
London.
Is there?
That sort of southwest of England is relatively isolated. I think there's 4 or 5 down there in total, but they're all probably 50, 60 plus miles away from each other. So there's not a great deal of other courses around there, which probably, for me, I think it's going to be one of those ones where you go in with little expectations and come away just absolutely blown away by it. I get the feeling it's going to be one of those just from doing bits of reading around it.
I think
so. Yeah, like Harbs alluded to earlier. So there's 27 holes, I believe, is there at Burnham Berrow. So there's the full championship, which is an 18 hole, which we're going to play. There's also a 9-hole course called the Channel Course, which we won't be playing on the day. But so yeah, pretty big setup, I imagine. So yeah, it sounds like in terms of the championship course, it's a classic out and back. So 9 holes out, 9 holes back. It sounds like the first 9 is pretty undulating, so lots of big dunes and stuff. Plenty of uneven lies, so not you're not going to get many flat shots throughout the day.
Great.
But again, kind of excellent. Like we were saying earlier, it's going to be playable all year round. So we're playing it in April, but it sounds like it's going to be pretty great condition all year round.
I can promise you it's going to be in great condition because they've had winter mats out because it's been such a wet, soggy winter.
Right.
The winter mats are still out right now, but they'll be gone by the time we play.
Okay, cool. So there's not going to be a divot in sight then, basically, when we start playing. Nice.
We're almost catching it early, aren't we? Early in the season.
But I was there yesterday. My boy plays there, and it just looks incredible. It's immaculate.
I think one of the things that has been said pretty much everywhere is the greens are like some of the best in the country. So they're going to be up there with like actual proper carpets.
Perfect for you to fall putt, Chris.
Mate. Absolutely. Oh
dear.
Yeah. I haven't I'm for at least a week, Nish.
I'm building myself up here, aren't I? I'm gonna have the worst putting day of my life.
Like 28 putts something.
You're on my team. I hope that happens. That's great.
So like classic out and back. So there's a slight quirkiness to it, I think, compared to other links, in that there's a few kind of marshland holes in there. So I think like 7, 8, 9, I believe, they're kind of a bit sort of less linksy. There's a bit of marsh. There's some bit of water down there and stuff.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds like a tough day out, though. Doesn't sound like there's much in the way of forgiveness out there. So small greens, narrow fairways, high rough, all the good stuff. So I think it's going to be, saying earlier, there's a mixture of abilities coming with us. I think it's going to be a tough day for pretty much everyone, to be honest. And like Harb said, if the wind's blowing, even more so.
I mean, it's interesting, that, isn't it? And it's probably the most serious point that we'll bring up in this episode. Forgive me, sorry, it has to get serious at times, but I think part of, we're saying it's got to be fun for everybody, and I think part of being fun is, we almost need to. We played in the last 2 years, under 2 years, year and a half. We played 19 top 100 course of variety of types of courses, and it's that kind of, maybe we need to lend our experience to everyone, and you sometimes just need to just say, look, it is all right to get to 9 and pick your ball up. It is all right to look at a tee shot and think, I don't really fancy that. I'm just going to drop it in the fairway and take a whatever. It's all right to do that, because we want you to get off that course and go, that was difficult, and I've struggled potentially a little bit, but I've still thoroughly enjoyed myself. Not just because of the competitive element, but I've had a chance to play some shots.
But that's the beauty of match play, right? You can do that. You can have a complete blowout on one hole, and you can go, fuck it, I'm just going to walk to the next tee, and you start again. And, so I think that is the beauty of the format that we've set out, is that you can continue to have a good day. If you have a complete cock up, you just lose a hole, right, and you move on and start again.
Yeah, and I think that's, again, that credit to you, Tarbs, for building something in there that gives people that chance to go. Because I've been there, and I've been there at a top 100 course where I've done this, where you're just hacking out a rough the whole time, and you just get to a point where you're like, I've not gained anything from that. I've not played the hole as it's intended. I've not hit one shot from the fairway, which is pristine.
Yeah,
like I'm just, at risk of breaking my wrist and breaking my clubs all the time. And I've just not enjoyed myself. And I think it is important to, I think we'll make sure we give everyone the dupe and the pep talk.
Again, we played Hillside last week, and actually, because the rough hasn't had a proper chance to grow, actually it's probably the best time of year to play these courses, to be honest. It was in beautiful condition. Rough isn't particularly high. There might be a few more bunkers at a GUR, which was helpful at Hillside. Anyway,
your ball will find them, won't they, Chris? But look, this is a new experience for me as well, Harbs, because normally I'm ribbing Chris about this sort of stuff, but actually I want all this stuff to happen because he's on my team, so it's good. Yes, Chris, we need that. We need all those bunkers in the GUR.
You will be pleased to note, Nish, that the par threes are extremely strong. So it sounds like there's a really good set of par threes. I think 4 par threes. Excellent. Lots of people out there saying it's some of the best par threes as a collection on any of the top 100 courses. So I should fare well.
I've become that's become a bit of a thing for me. Like I don't play them particularly well, but par threes, I think they're almost the kind of the great leveler, because everyone's capable of pulling out a shot, aren't they? But I like that. I like that if there's a well laid out par 3. That's doing it for me at the minute.
Yeah,
Really is.
I think you're gonna. Yeah,
And I love par threes on a society day as well, because like you've just said there, just takes one of the high handicappers to hit the shot of the day, and they'll walk away with a
Yeah.
prize, and
Yeah.
they'll remember it for
Yeah,
ages.
yeah.
They'll be like, that'll be the highlight of their weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
But yeah, then kind of finishing, it sounds like in terms of the finishing hole, the 18th sounds like it's an absolute classic. So yeah, one of the best finishing holes in golf. Like I said earlier, I think we've definitely heard that before, but there seems to be a bit of substance behind this one, because there seems to be a lot of people saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just the club saying that they've got the best finishing hole or the best opening hole in golf.
Well, interesting you say that, Chris. So Jim isn't with us today. However, he has sent through his signature hole challenge and side bet. And the 18th is considered the signature hole. I don't think it's an official thing from the club or anything like that, but it is considered the signature hole of Burnham and Berrow. Yet he's put as well here one of the finest finishing holes in golf. There's a dog leg left over dunes, and then a challenging second. He said, or fifth for you, bozos. Thanks, Jim. Over another ridge of dunes up to a green protected by pot bunkers. Good luck.
That's the other thing that I've not mentioned yet, but yeah, the Sims sounds like there's quite a lot of fairly nasty pot bunkers out there as well, so it's going to be a good links test.
Oh, lovely. That's just what I wanted to hear. Tremendous.
Yeah, can I move teams actually? Is that offer still available to
Yeah, you can have
jump
ends
over
back.
onto the Harvest team?
I think I'll be doing a lot of the picking up. I think if I end up in one of them bunkers. But look, I'm 100% so far out of 3 bunkers this year. So top 100 courses. So look, that's long as that going to continue. I think I'm thinking I'm keeping a positive mental attitude.
New year, new you.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, I'm not letting it get me down. You know, I have my moments in bunkers. The thing is, it takes one bad bunker shot and it just all unravels. It's like PTSD. It all starts flooding back. I will get to Jim's side bet in a second, if I may. But I thought I'll very quickly give you a little bit of history of the club, because it is quite an old one. It's an 1890 club. So obviously, I'll give you a little bit of the thing about J.H. Taylor. And if anybody is more of a modern golfer and hasn't heard of J.H. Taylor, you know, please do a bit of research on him, because he's the guy that actually was a founding member of the British PGA. So he became quite a well-regarded administrator of golf. But like I said, he was in that triumvirate of Harry Varden, James Braid. So he's in very, very exalted company, but you know, very modest background. And he's kind of the big story, I think, for the history. But it was formed in 1890, and the story goes 12 gentlemen, and it's always gentlemen, isn't it? But they met at the Royal Clarence Hotel in Bridgewater and decided to form the Burnham Golf Club. But then what happened was they wanted the members, this is in 1896, the members wanted to actually extend the course to 18 holes, which was becoming the fashion. And they wanted to extend it to Berrow Church. So the Lords of the Manor, this is amazing, I love all this sort of stuff, but the Lords of the Manor agreed, but only if the club changed its name. So Burnham Golf Club then became Burnham and Berrow Golf Club, and that obviously then stuck. So that church, and it's in the logo, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's out in the middle of the course, isn't it? Yeah, it's been there for hundreds of years as well.
It's a big thing. And I think the other notable thing in the history here is more about the people who've had their hands on the design. And I think when you're saying about it being a tough challenge, the names that I'm going to say will probably help you understand why that is the case. So Herbert Fowler was a club member. He was the main. He was the person who extended it out to over 6,000 yards. So he designed the church hole and the 18th, which is going to be the signature hole challenge, and also the clubhouse. He helped design that in 1910. Then Harry Colt arrived. Colt, very famous. A lot of inland courses have been designed by him. So he was asked to produce a report to try and transform Burnham and Berrow into a championship course, which he then did. And then our friend, Chris, Dr. Alistair Mackenzie, got involved, and he was consulted in making the course a bit harder, I think, which it feels like he's achieved somehow. But obviously we know about him because he designed our home course. And then, last couple of little things is that Justin Rose, just in 2024 for Open qualifying, he shot a 66 and a 68 there to qualify for the
Was
Open
that?
at True.
I didn't even realise that, because that's the year. Didn't he go on to nearly win it that year when he qualified to go and
He
qualify?
did, yeah.
No, I didn't realise
That's
he
it,
qualified
yeah.
there.
Yeah, he qualified at Burnham and Berrow, and he said he absolutely loved it there. Thought it was a cracking course. And then one of the other things is there are a couple of there's a World War II relic there, so there is a brick air raid shelter or bunker still visible from the 10th hole. So we should keep an eye out for that.
So I know you're going missing on the 10th hole then.
Yeah, that's I'll be off with my camera.
Beautiful.
But it's interesting that you don't think of the war effort reaching that side of the country, do you? But clearly it did. So that's really all I wanted to do with the history. Really, there isn't that much. It's not one of these places that's got this, grand and whatever history. But I think that's interesting history for me there, because there's a lot of names that we've come across on this podcast, and a couple of new ones.
They've all had their hands on it, haven't they?
But yeah, I mean, everyone's had a little go at Burnham and Berrow. It's like a golf course slut, Burnham and Berrow. Let everybody have a go. But it's dead interesting golf course. Obviously, we're gonna turn up, and we're playing at twilight time. So the other thing that we're gonna get, and I'm praying that we get some nice weather on this day, because we've done it, Chris. There's nothing finer than being on a beautiful links championship course at golden hour. It doesn't matter how you're playing, that will put you in a good mood.
Yeah, for sure.
And if we can get that, that will be, that's like, whoever you pray to, you let's do it, because I think that'll be an amazing little start off to the weekend. Now I'll give you Jim's side bet that he's given us, which is classic Jim. This one, his side bet is, so he goes, as you're in the same team, which might not be happening now. Chris is wanting to leave. The loser is the one who contributes the least number of points to our team, which I think is brilliant. It's really, really good. And he's thinking that there should be a punishment involved, because it is that kind of weekend.
Okay.
And that is going to be a shot for the loser of the winner's choice.
Oh, nice.
We'll make sure that
Do you like
happens.
cement mixers, Nish? Is that
Oh,
a favourite of yours?
Lovely. Yeah. Of course, mate. All of the above. I think that's that's a spicy one, isn't it? I think that's going to be an interesting challenge. And you mentioned them halves. We've got to give a little shout out to Scrabbit for this. So we use a free app called Scrabbit. They've been sponsors of our podcast before. We use them for all of our events. All our scorecards are done through there. It's incredible, the functionality on that app for free. And obviously, we're going to get everybody on that. But the good thing with that is you can keep a track of all of this. So we'll have a little bit of, we'll know what's.
Can we
what's
get like
happening.
a Ryder Cup-style leaderboard at the front with like the red and the blue? Is that doable? I mean, that'd be fucking brilliant if we could do that.
I think there is a Ryder Cup thing on there. I don't know if it does the front end. I mean, maybe we've got to do a bit of a test run of it,
nice.
But
Well, I don't know if you guys have done anything. I don't think you have, because obviously I'm in your group chat. But my guys, I think we might have agreed a little colour theme.
Okay.
A little team colour theme. So on day 2, make sure no one on your team wears black. But day 1, bit of a free for all. I've just said, just wear whatever you like, whatever you feel comfortable. Make sure it's professional. Day 2,
you're going team, are you?
Black shirts.
Oh, interesting. Well, you're all in our group now, so you'll know what we're.
It's right. Yeah, I would just recommend you don't wear black, or you'll all
don't wear black. Yeah, that's it. It's
although we might regret that if it's a roasting hot sunny day
in April. Yeah. You'd be all right, I think.
Pink tutus. That's what we're going for. Yeah. I think there was one other thing that was just going to come. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. So and we haven't really discussed this, Chris, but obviously we have to think about what our opinions on the course are. Does that mean we have to play together? How are you feeling about that?
I'm easy. I don't mind. I mean,
God, you really don't want to be on this team, do you?
Yeah, me and Harbs are going to go and play, but he's going to pick where I need to play anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's a moot point. I don't know. I've not really thought about it. We always said that we played together.
Because I mean, I suppose we only need to do Burnham, don't we? Potentially,
yeah.
Together. That would be the only one we need to do. I don't know, because we sort of have a few checkpoints halfway. Caught a few holes in. It's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
And
I mean, the risk of us not
chatting
playing
out.
together is I get to the end and I have no fucking idea what I've just done for the last 18 holes and can't remember any
I mean,
of
that's
it.
not a risk. That's a certainty.
Well, yeah.
That's an absolute
You'll need to send me out
certainty.
with a pen and paper, I think.
I'll have to send a scribe with you.
I mean, if you could do that, that'd be
Chris
excellent.
gets in the zone when he's on the golf course.
Well, no, not really. I'm just an idiot who can't remember anything.
I mean, if he's in a zone, it's a shit zone. Because it's not helping him.
I'm in the splash zone.
Yeah, it is interesting actually. You do that is something worth thinking about, because we sort of chat it out, don't we?
Yeah.
And then we sort of reach an opinion on something, which then helps us do a review, which we will obviously need to do for everyone. But
day one niche as well is there's a few lads obviously on your team and my team that we have no idea how good they are, who we should pair them with for the day, like what difference that would make. So, really it's taking learnings from day one, implementing that into day two. So I wouldn't worry too much on day one. You and Chris can still play together if you want.
I was going to say, are you saying I was going to say, are you saying we should separate because I could use a vice captain system, or
no, you should definitely play together then. Yeah.
We've had I don't know if you actually know, Harbs, but we've had a team bonding session. We've all flown out to Milan to get our suits for the event.
Nice,
we've all
crocodile shoe.
We've all had like little packs with images of Sevi everywhere, like reminding us who we need to do it for.
We had headphones with all the people with Somerset accents shouting abuse at us as well. That was a good day.
You might get the old dog walker walking across Burnham.
Are you kidding? Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, we've had all of that. The barracking that we're going to get. We've sent everybody scented candles, but it's horse manure. Just like that kind of real
it's
rural
muck spreading
feel.
Season right now. You're not wrong.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's so we've taken marginal gains to the next level, mate.
Good.
So I've been secretly messaging everyone saying we all have to have matching shoes to go out, and I'm going to decide the day before. So you got to be ready to make a decision. Right?
Everyone's got to have 98 pairs of shoes.
As long as everyone can match my one pair of shoes, then I'm fine.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
It's like the rest of it.
It's great, isn't it? It's so good. It's like this is exactly the kind of thing that we were hoping to get out of the weekend. But yeah, wonderful. Would there be anything else you think our listeners or viewers would like to know about the course from you, Chris, as a final thing?
I don't think so. No, I think I've covered most parts. In terms of, I think so there's a few different tee boxes to play from. So I think we had a quick chat earlier. I think we're going to play from the spoon tees, which are the purple tees.
Spoon
tees. Yeah, they're called the Cleek, the Baffy, the Spoon, the Brassy, and the Burnham Blacks.
Oh, so they're names of clubs, old hickory clubs. Yeah.
So we're playing the spoon. So we're going to be spooning each other for 18 holes.
Happy days. Who's the spoon?
That makes us 6,475 yards, par 71 off the spoons.
Right, interesting. What? Just out of interest, so do a 5 tees there? That's pretty good, isn't it? That seems to be the way sort of forward. But so is that in the middle?
In the middle, yeah. Slap bang in the middle.
Right. So what have we got? What's the most forward?
Most forward tees are the Cleeks, which are 5,700 yards.
Still pretty tasty, isn't it, for a forward tee?
I mean, that's fairly short, isn't it? But yeah.
Are we looking about 6 for the next one?
Pretty much exactly 6, yes. 6,096.
Yeah.
Ours is 6,475. Yellows are 6,706. And the blacks are 7,023.
Is there anything else about our comp and day that we're organising? I mean, you're head organiser. What do you feel? Is there anything that our listeners would want to sort of take away? And if they're umming and ahhing about signing up for something that is free, and you're going to play a mega course, and we do have another event lined up in October. So if you head to our website, you can find out about that. What would you sort of say if there's anything else that they might need to know about this event?
not so much about this event, but what you were saying at the start of the podcast. There's got to be people out there that would love to do this, but they're probably feeling a bit shy and all the rest of it. I say, just fuck it, just take the plunge, get in touch with Nish. Great group of lads. Honestly, we've had so much fun. The lads that I've got coming to this event, 3 of them have already come to your previous event. No, 2 of them come to the previous event at Hollingwell. We've got 3 already signed up for the next event later on this year. I would just say, turn up. You will have such a great weekend. You won't regret it, and I can promise you'll be excited already for the next one to come along once you've done one. So yeah, just sign up, do it, and enjoy the ride.
I mean, we always get excited about
on,
these
sorry,
top
Lewis.
100 courses, but this is so much more exciting. Like the golf is almost a bit of a secondary thing, isn't it? Like just the actual event of the weekend is going to be the winner, I think.
I feel like it's because this is a different element. It was a bit like this at Hollingwell, wasn't it? Because we had other things going on and whatever. And I feel like you probably take it in a little bit more, maybe, because you're not then just golfing. You're actually there having a chat with people. Doing.
I mean, sometimes we can get stuck in a little bubble of we're going around thinking about the course, aren't we? And it can be quite easy to get stuck in that little bubble. But I think this is going to be a real loosener for us.
And you're not wrong. Like, everyone's going to be away from their responsibilities. We're going to be like a load of kids let loose in a pub setting. And not just that, but Rory's pub, the Fox and Goose, dartboard, pool table, we'll have our own room to facilitate our awards ceremony. And then I'll set up a darts and a pool competition just to make sure the vibes carry on throughout the evening. And I'll do that both nights. And if you don't give a shit about pool or darts and you'd rather just stand around and drink and have a laugh, so be it. But we've got those options. So it's just going to feel like a proper weekend away with a great bunch of lads. And honestly, we're just going to have such a crack. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And we try and do that thing where we've all been on the receiving end. You're a bit nervous rocking up as, people of different abilities or whatever. And with that pressure is not there. We try and hopefully people don't feel that, but that is very much our sort of shtick. It's like, it's not about how you golf. Yes, of course, we've got the competitive element. That's great. And that just keeps it spicy, but it's just come out and have a good time. And that's it. And I think you'll enjoy the course that much more, particularly if you're doing match plays and scrambles and things like that. And you're doing it in a wider group, and it means something a little bit more. And then I must say, before we do get absolute final closing thoughts, if anybody wants to add anything, but we have to give a big thank you to Rory, who's been mentioned a couple of times, but he's putting this all up. I don't think he knows what he's let himself in for yet, but
you will after this podcast.
Yeah, he's yeah. No, I mean, nothing's going to happen. It'll be fine. All in bed by 9 o'clock.
More excited than all of us, I can promise you. He's absolutely buzzing for the day as well. Nice. So, but yeah, he has literally done us a solid on this one, big time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gentlemen, unless you have anything else,
I've got one more little bone of contention. So the second course we play on the second day is the Isle of Wedmore, is it? Is that your local course, Harbs? Is that where you play regularly?
My local course, yes. It's my local course. I've played it quite a few times, but what I will say is I'm more than happy to divulge any information about the course.
Well, I was just thinking there should be some sort of handicap system for you.
It's my golf, mate. I've already got a handicap system. I will fill everybody in on specifics about some of the holes, but you won't find it as difficult as a top 100 course. It's an absolute stunning little course, but sensible golfers will navigate that golf course very comfortably. And I'm expecting some low scores in the Scramble on day 2, but we are going to play from the tips. So it's going to be great fun.
Sweet.
We'll get the steward's inquiry ready, Chris.
We'll file it now.
I feel like that. File the paperwork now,
get it out there,
and you can always withdraw your appeal.
It's going to be more embarrassing when I come in and I've lost after 10 holes.
That's it, exactly. Oh, amazing. Well, thank you, gentlemen. It's like I said, it's 3 weeks tomorrow. I absolutely cannot wait. And thank you, Harbs, for organising.
Yeah, well done, Harbs. Good job, mate.
The comp sounds incredible. So yeah, we are looking forward to playing Burnham and Berrow.
See you then.
Next time on the Top 110 Golf Podcast, we'll be previewing Wallasey Golf Club, where a Dr. Frank Stableford developed a scoring system that is now synonymous with golf.